What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Sunday, January 23rd.
January 23rd.
These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 9-game slate here tonight. So let's take a look at the point guard position. I like Luka Doncic from the Dallas Mavericks playing the Memphis Grizzlies, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they're middle-of-the-pack defending opposing point guards. Luka Doncic has averaged 52.5 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 35 minutes per game, with a 36% usage rate. He's projected at 53.4 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5 times value. He's 10,700 DraftKings salary, 100 more on FanDuel, and Luka Doncic has scored 49, 73, and 66 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 38, 42, and 38 minutes. So he's playing a ton of minutes, super productive. He's got fantastic upside here in this matchup tonight. Vegas thinks there's going to be 217 points scored in this game. And Luka Doncic scored 57 fantasy points in his last game versus the Grizzlies. So I like Luka Doncic here versus the Memphis Grizzlies. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the shooting guard position. I like CJ McCollum from the Portland Trail Blazers playing the Toronto Raptors, who have a good defense overall. They've been good versus opposing shooting guards, but CJ McCollum has averaged 36.4 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 35 minutes per game with a 27% usage rate. He's projected at 35.2 fantasy points here tonight, but I think he can score 40 fantasy points or more in this matchup and get you over 5 times value. He's 7,500 DraftKings salary, 400 more on FanDuel. CJ McCollum has scored 42, 38, and 23 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 36, 32, and 28 minutes. But I like this pick because CJ McCollum has scored 50, 49, and 50 fantasy points in his last 3 games versus the Raptors. So I like CJ McCollum here versus the Toronto Raptors. Okay, let's take a look at the small forward position. I like OG Anunoby from the Toronto Raptors playing the Portland Trail Blazers, who have the 10th worst defense overall. They give up the 2nd most fantasy points to opposing small forwards. OG Anunoby has averaged 33.5 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 36 minutes per game with a 23% usage rate. He's projected at 34.6 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.1 times value. He's 6,800 DraftKings salary, 500 less on FanDuel, and OG Anunoby has scored 33, 38, and 24 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 41, 43, and 33 minutes. Vegas thinks there's going to be 214.5 points scored in this game, and OG Anunoby has scored 49, 38, and 33 fantasy points in his last 3 games versus the Trailblazers. So I like OG Anunoby here versus the Portland Trailblazers. Okay, let's take a look at the power forward position. Here's a value play for you. I like PJ Washington from the Charlotte Hornets. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the position optimizer where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new player trends tool where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Playing the Atlanta Hawks, who have the 7th worst defense overall. They're middle of the pack defending opposing power forwards. PJ Washington has averaged 23.7 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 24 minutes per game with a 17% usage rate. He's projected at 21.9 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.1 times value. He's 4,300 DraftKings salary, 500 more on FanDuel. And I like this pick because Vegas thinks there's going to be 236.5 points scored in this game. So a super high scoring game. It's a good game to stack. And PJ Washington scored 35 fantasy points last game, played 26 minutes, and he's got a good track record here versus the Hawks. Scored 35, 20, 45, and 37 fantasy points in his last 4 games versus the Hawks. So I like PJ Washington here versus the Atlanta Hawks. Okay, moving on to the center position. I like Bam Adebayo from the Miami Heat, playing the LA Lakers, who have the 4th worst defense overall. They are middle of the pack defending opposing centers. Bam Adebayo has averaged 38.8 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 33 minutes per game with a 26% usage rate. He's projected at 38.6 fantasy points here tonight. That's just about 5 times value. He's 7,800 DraftKings salary, 100 less on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 216.5 points scored in this game. And Bam Adebayo has scored 37, 56, and 31 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 33, 32, and 31 minutes. So I like Bam Adebayo, who has scored 58, 31, 44, and 50 fantasy points in his last 4 games versus the Lakers, here versus the LA Lakers. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.